I'm joined by UFC welterweight Mounir Lazzez. Mounir, how are you?
I'm very good, Farah. How are you?
I'm doing very good, thank you. Thank you so much for joining me. We're here in Dubai. Mounir, I'm sure a lot of fans are wondering, why are you not part of UFC 267? They were very excited to see you on this card.
Yeah, I was, to be honest, as you remember, I was scheduled for July in Vegas, and I get that visa issue. We get it finally, and yeah, I was, to be honest, medically not clear for October. I get a discussion with my management, and I was not medically clear. It's funny that chicken pox, when like last month, so it hit me very hard. This year it's been a little bit like up and down. So I just come back full-time training in the moment. I was like recovering the last 3 weeks from it.
And I wanted to go back to that. You were scheduled to fight Nicholas Stolze July 31st. Visa issues forced you out. I know his team were a little bit upset. They were talking about you kind of knew, but you didn't inform the UFC. Can you clear that up? Because I know they were quite upset with the whole thing.
Yeah, I'm a fighter. My job is to train, to full focus in my training. My management, they was in touch with the UFC with every step. I did my interview in the consulate. I told that it's a visa process, it will take a little bit of time, and I was like, till the last day I was making my way and hoping to get my visa, but we didn't get it. But my management, they was always in touch with the UFC, so if there is anything to be clear, it will be between his team and the UFC, it's not from my side.
Were you disappointed with the way it kind of went down? I mean, are you still interested in fighting Nicholas, or is this kind of like...
No, to be honest, it's like he got knocked out in 20 seconds, so it's not for me. I want to get someone coming from win, and that's my interest.
Yeah, and before we talk kind of about what's next, I want to talk about your last fight. I know it didn't go your way, but any comments on any reflections? Did you get a chance to look back at it? Do you have any thoughts on kind of what went wrong?
Of course, we learn from the win or the lose. For me, that fight, I grow so much from it. From that time, it was for me just like, the storm of Fight Island in the beginning. I signed with like the most in the crazy time in that pandemic and this and that. We get the fight of the night. It was in the sky. The moment I wanted to keep that momentum. Before I was thinking that the UFC, it's whole different level, and then I discovered I belong here. I'm one of the best, so why not just, if it's represent the chance for me, and they get like a Warley Alves common event in Abu Dhabi, in my hometown here, so why not? I took it in short notice, and then the reality hit me hard, but we learn from it, we grow. I make some adjustment in my training camp. I focus so much in the sparring now, twice a week, hard sparring with so many champions from different organizations. So I made that adjustment, and I feel like it's make big difference in my camp.
Yeah, and you got the visa for the US, but of course you saw the news that came out that starting November 8, it's going to be a little tough for international fighters that have to be vaccinated. Wanted to get your thoughts. Does it affect you?
Yeah, Farah, it's crazy, this year. Like you say, Dana, every week it's day by day. In the moment, I just got the visa for the US, and then now just yesterday night we get the news that all the international fighters in their corner, like they cannot travel if they are not fully vaccinated. So now we're gonna just step back this week and wait what's gonna be the plan for the Fight Island here, how many shows they're gonna put, and we'll take it from there.
So I'm assuming you're not vaccinated?
No.
And when you look at something like that, because I know it's a matter of freedom of choice, right? A lot of people, and this is a problem for a lot of the fighters. This is going to be a problem for a lot of the international fighters. So do you worry? I mean, at least you live in Dubai, right? And when you hear that Dana says we're going to do more Fight Island shows, at least that makes you feel a little bit comfortable, right?
Yeah, 100%. This is like the vaccine. It's personal choice. It's free of choice. For me as an athlete, because I work with my body, it's performance, I'm still not convinced like 100%. There is not enough test around, and this is personal, to be honest. Maybe it's different from you, different from different people, they share different opinion, but for me, I work with my body. I respect the performance. Anything can can affect it, either the sleep or the food, whatever you put in your body. So if there is enough test and 100%, it's safe 100%, I will take it first. I'm not someone like going against something safe, but there is not 100% like safe formula. So I will just step back and wait a bit. If there is chance now to fight on Fight Island, there is more show like before the end of the year. I wanna come back, be active, like one fight, like till before the end of the year, and try to plan like 3 fights next year or 4, you know. So that's the plan.
Of course, there's advantages of fighting at home. It's home base, you don't have to travel, but is part of you disappointed that you're going to miss out? Maybe you wanted to introduce yourself to the American fans. Was that something you were looking forward to?
Yeah, to be honest, I was pumped for my last July. To be honest, I said to introduce myself to the US market, you know what, and because since I was young, I wanted to have that walk in Las Vegas. So, but you know, we have to adjust. Like nowadays, you know, these days, like every day, like a new thing, new adventure, new rules, a new law. So we have to just take it how it is nowadays and move on.
Yeah, and you're not going to be part of the UFC 267 card, but you will be in Abu Dhabi doing an MMA workshop with Farah Sahabi, right? What can you tell us about that?
Yeah, I get the invitation from Abu Dhabi Tourism and Culture, you know, to host like how we call it, workshop of mindset about all this young generation here, how to follow their dream and motivate them, and this and that. And Firas is gonna do like a technical workshop with all levels. So I invite everyone to attend this workshop. You know, it's gonna be very benefit for everyone, like amateur or professional. So make sure to get your ticket and attend this workshop.
Which day will that be?
Say it again. Yes.
Which day? Do you know?
It will be 29 and 30, Friday and Saturday in W Hotel.
Okay, good to know. And I'll leave you with one last question before I let you go. I know it's hard to kind of look into the future because it's a little bit uncertain for you, but do you have kind of like maybe opponents that you're interested in fighting? If it's up to you, a date that you could fight in?
Not actually, Farah, to be honest. Like in the moment, I'm focused so much like in respecting the process of my training. I'm making sure 100% like the team are together. We make sure like we are all for one for all, you know, loyal, hungry lion, you know. That's the most important, because without team, like the fighter, it's no one. Maybe we fight alone, but in the training we are all together. So I'm making sure that there's very good vibe in the team and the coaches, you know, and we are progressing, always working in something. Every week we are working in something specific to develop ourselves, and we'll take it from there, to be honest, step by step. I cannot decide. I learned it before, like I always have plan A, B, C, D. Now I have just go with the flow, because you see anything can happen in last second. So I'm just like keep focusing in the thing that I can control. Everything else, if it's not my hand, you know, I have no influence about it, and you know, we'll see how it's played.
And Mounir, we've spoken about this a couple of times, you being kind of an example for all the Arab fighters and an inspiration. We're seeing kind of guys go on the Contender Series, and now I know Cage Warriors has some Arab fighters, and that's like a springboard, UAE Warriors as well. What's your like one piece of advice to kind of the young Arab talent? Like, what do they need? What's something maybe you wish you could have done if you had known earlier in your career? What's your one piece of advice?
To be honest, Farah, like I'm still climbing my career in the moment, you know. I don't want to have that pressure if I'm a role model or I'm something like big for them. It's just like I'm just one of them, and I'm happy to see Jarrahi sign it with the PFL. I'm happy, I'm proud with Arkhaga as well, what he did lately. I don't know backstage what's happened wrong, but I'm sure 100% he can recover from that and he come back stronger. So just my piece of advice, like just focus on 100% what you do, love it, you know, and just get good management where they can get you the opportunity to show your skill, you know, internationally. Yeah.
All right, Mounir, thank you so much for doing this. I appreciate your time, and hopefully we'll see you in the cage very soon.
Thank you, Farah. See you soon.
Thank you.